What's going on, folks? Brandon the Broker here, and we're going to do another Vigilante Gamer, Angry Vigilante Gamer. Bootlicker defends Nintendo's corporate greed. Let's see what he's talking about now.
Mr. Bowser. My name is Jarrell Dulé. I develop games. In the past, I've worked as industry consultant, PR manager and liaison, event manager, and public speaker. I was hoping we could have a bit of a discussion today. There is currently negative feedback online about the Switch 2, which I'm sure you might have heard of by now. Much of the negativity online is being fueled by false rumors, people spreading misinformation to fuel the negativity. A lot of what we see online, it seems that people are just maliciously making things up, posting screenshots of fake conversation.
Boy, if this is how we're starting, dude, you're in a world of hurt. For real. Like, number one, there's always a kernel of truth behind what's being said. Even if you don't like what's being said, there is a kernel of truth behind what people are saying. So maybe, just maybe, you should listen to what people are saying. But I would also understand if you didn't want to listen to what people are saying, because it might hurt your little fee-fees or whatever. But okay, dude, whatever.
And spreading that online because they know that it will spread. This outrage farming behavior is unfortunately distracting from the act.
You're so full of shit, my guy. Now, some of the stuff is a little bit correct that he's sitting there saying, but the problem is he's referring to the whole like $90 thing for some of the games, like Mario Kart World Physical being at $90. Yeah, there's no actual definitive proof that they're doing $90 here in America, but they are doing it in other countries. And the problem is they shouldn't even be doing it in the other countries. There's no reason why the physical copy should be 90 freaking dollars in the first place. This is not worth it up to that standard of a price. He's referring to obviously Mario Kart World. Now, for everyone who doesn't know this guy, now I can't do the previous two videos that he did about this because he took them down because it made him look extremely bad. But he is nothing more than a corporate shield trying to parade himself as a real gamer and trying to make it seem like he's here for the consumer. Now, he will go against anything outside of Nintendo. If it's outside Nintendo, he will blast them, he will hold them accountable, but when it comes to Daddy Nintendo, he has to bend the knee. The reason why is he's a game developer who sits there and makes 8-bit games for Nintendo, so he's acting like he's actually somebody important. Now, I'm not bashing 8-bit games. There's nothing wrong with 8-bit games, but come on. People don't get excited as much over 8-bit games like they do. Like, even for instance, Mario Kart World. Come on. You are nothing compared to the developers of Mario Kart World, my guy.
Actual important issues. And there's nothing that can be done.
Wait a minute. This guy is a game developer? This guy looks like every shady businessman on YouTube. No, you know what he looks like? He looks like all the guys from the 1990s. I'm going to show you how to do this with no money down. I'm going to show you how to make pasta in your kitchen using just water, oil, foil, coil, and some loyalty with no money down. That's what he looks like. He looks like he's getting ready to sell me a car that is badged as a Tesla, but is like a Yugo. This dude is not a game developer. This dude is, I don't know what he is. He's going to try to sell me some kind of snake oil. Number one, no. If you use that cheap, bad background in a video, I'm not listening to anything you say. You better be lucky I'm listening to you, I'm watching you through my boy Angry Vigilante Gamer. Or else, you know what? I should just roast people for fun. That should be my job. You know what? Vigilante Gamer, Shea Butter, if you both are watching this and y'all want to do a one-time B3 show, well, BBV, I guess. Yeah, Butter Broker Vigilante, or BBG, Butter Broker Gamer. We can do it. and we're just gonna roast this dude's videos and backgrounds. But let's get back into it.
done about the outrage and the hate mobs. There's absolutely nothing anyone can do to make that situation better. There's no point in wasting time on people that do not want to listen and they have no interest in buying Nintendo products anyway. And I'm hoping that I can share a bit of my insight with you today. What is important is listening to the people who do want to be your customers but are in a financial position where they
What the hell are you talking about? Of course there's something you can do. It's called you drop the price. You bring them down to a fair price. How about moving back down to $50? Expedition 33 is releasing at $50, and it's a AAA game. It's a 30-plus hour story. So you're going to sit there and tell me like, oh, well, there's nothing we can do, and you're trying to make it seem like that all this outrage is mainly from people who aren't even gamers? No, most of it is from gamers. There might be a select few that just want to troll and bitch and complain, but no, the majority of the people complaining are people who love Nintendo. Okay, I love Nintendo. I love Nintendo's IPs, but it's so wrong to rip off the average gamer. Now, for me, technically, yeah, I am getting ripped off because, it does cost more money, but I get to write part of that off of my taxes, so it doesn't affect me like it does the other people.
are priced out of being able to enjoy the Nintendo Switch 2 games. Those people matter. There are people who can afford to purchase the Switch 2 and enjoy the games, but they refuse to out of principle. They feel that the pricing is unfair. These people don't have the reassurance they need to feel comfortable purchasing these products. So what is important is to listen to and understand those people's positions. Those are people who are trying to make their voices heard in good faith, and they're being drowned out by the unfortunate internet outrage culture. And that outrage and mob hate mentality has made it very difficult to cut through the noise so you can hear the voices that need to be heard. It's a waste of time trying to address all the lies that are online, trying to address the information, because those people do not want the truth.
That's funny. You think that Nintendo needs to be reassuring, which they should be, but the problem is, if they were open and honest, they would release the info on how much Mario Kart World cost to make, or how much Mario Kart 8 Deluxe cost to make. You want to know why they wouldn't do that? Because they wouldn't be able to get away with charging $80. The people that you're referring to that are being drowned out by all the haters, no, they're not being drawn out. The majority of the people whine and complain are actual Nintendo fans. Okay, the ones that...
I think where we go wrong with things like this is when people say, oh, everyone's a hater or you're broke. No, we're consumers, and consumers have a right to voice their opinion on certain things. We have a right to say, hey, this doesn't seem right, or, why is this old game that had no other development to it, nothing added to it, so much? Like, I understand it does cost a little bit of money to bring it to a new technology, kind of like VHS to DVD to Blu-ray to X-ray to Ray to Bubba Ray to Bully Ray, whatever. But it shouldn't cost that much. And to say that people are broke, please remember this. These are the people that are going to pay for what you're selling. And if you piss them off and they don't buy, you're going to have to bring that game down. Either that or you're going to be donating it to some charity in Libya.
Like the hating ones that just want to troll and hate, those are a very small minority, my guy. You're so full of shit.
They have no interest in the truth. Right now, Nintendo would really benefit from a human element in the way that it is communicating with consumers right now. What people really need is more clarity and transparency as to the reason why prices are the way they are. Why are certain decisions being made in response to the way that games are being distributed and sold? Mm-hmm. Right now, people need someone who they can trust. Nintendo would really benefit from someone.
Bro, why the fuck do you keep looking off to your right? What are you reading? Do you have a teleprompter in there or something? I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with a teleprompter. I mean, sometimes I could use a teleprompter, so I'm not saying, a million times. So I'll give him credit on that. And I do understand what he's trying to say, that they do need a human factor, maybe a behind the scenes as to why things cost so much. Because yes, a business is the business. A business has to make money. Understood. I am a business owner myself, so yes, I do understand that sometimes markups have to happen so we make money because we have to pay bills and we have to pay people's bills in order for us to pay our own bills. But some of this just doesn't seem right, especially when you can offer it for one price in one country and it's not the equivalent in another country. Yeah.
Who can work with a team to filter through the noise so they can understand the needs, expectations, and situation of genuine customers, people who have real worries and concerns. Nintendo would really benefit from someone who is able to handle receiving abuse and negativity from the internet and still be able to communicate in a calm and clear manner.
Oh my God, you are so funny, my guy. This is coming from you, who sat there and justified the $80 price increase, justified everything, and then got criticized by his own subscribers, took down the video, and then made another video to whine and complain about it. And then all he did was just belittle and talk down to his damn subscribers. You are such a patronizing person. Okay, the biggest problem with Nintendo right now is the communication, because they're not communicating. They're just sitting there hoping that we're gonna bend the knee and take it. And you so badly want to be that guy that you're trying to speak for, you know, or not really speak for, but you're trying to be that guy that you're referring to that Nintendo needs. You can't even take criticism.
Nintendo would really benefit from hearing people, understanding their situation, and focus on the human element of communication. It would be great if Nintendo could communicate with people by stepping away from the corporate stage and this sort of corporate manner of speaking in a very formal way and discussing things in a human way. What Nintendo's customers need right now is reassurance. That part of communication is missing entirely right now. There doesn't seem to be that human element. There isn't an...
Well, no shit. And you know what's not helping? People like you with your bad fucking comb over, dude. Listen, just because you put on some suit that you got from Joseph A. Bank, you know, and that is a nice tie, by the way. I mean, even though you got it from my grandmother's curtains, may she rest in peace. And I don't know how you got in her house. And those apples do look very suspicious, but they would probably make a good pie if they weren't wax. But you, on the other hand, you goof, you're not helping, dude, because you're defending the people that you shouldn't be defending. Now, is there reasons why prices are the way they are? Once again, yes, I understand. Example, people that want a brand new house for $450,000. I got to justify why that house is $450,000. Okay, now maybe I can get it to you for $425, maybe $430, at best, you know, $435 at best. But I can't get it to you for this. So maybe you should ask, hey, okay, maybe $90 is a little too much. Maybe about 80, 75. But come on, dude, you're not helping here.
Aspect of reassurance. And right now, gamers have many valid concerns, fears, worries, and issues that need to be heard. And these are all valid, whether or not someone is communicating in a clear, mature way or someone is throwing a tantrum and they're angry. We still need to hear everyone out, and we need to decide.
There is absolutely no communication coming from Nintendo. They literally just dropped the Mario Kart World Direct, and they didn't even explain or try to justify the $80 price tag. They didn't even sit there and say when pre-orders are going to start. Okay, so like you keep going on that they need reassurance, which is true, they do, but there is nothing that Nintendo can do or say. Well, there's something they can do, but there's nothing that they can say to justify this. The only thing they can do is drop the price and hope that everybody forgives them.
Which of this is in good faith?
Well, that does work. Starforge PCs did that, and I think they dropped it by $200, which, you know, $200 on a $1,400 PC. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot.
Which of this is not? People creating hate content and whipping people up into a frenzy will make this task very difficult. It's frustrating, I know. We don't want to have to look at a video that says, oh, Nintendo is anti-consumer, they're greedy, they're hateful, they're angry. Of course we don't want to look at those things, so we won't open those videos. We won't listen to that because it's pretty obvious those people just want to generate hatred. So we're not going to hear any of the feedback that is in those videos. Those won't be helpful. People posting video after video all week long saying Nintendo is greedy and evil, those people are making it very difficult for the important message that we need to hear, the genuine concerns that need to be heard. They're getting harder and harder to hear. Nintendo would really benefit from bringing reassurance to its customers who are worried because people are afraid of what is to come in the future. There are a lot of difficult issues that Nintendo has to deal with right now. People all around the world are angry, they're worried, they're scared, and many people...
What the fuck is you talking about? People are angry and scared. Bro, it's a video. This is a video game console and games. This isn't... What is you talking... Bro, what the fuck? Shut up! What is you talking about? I understand. People are angry and scared. Are you a politician now, dude? Are the aliens about to drop out the sky and go Independence Day on us or something? What is you talking about? Bro, what does that have to... Nobody's scared of a $90 game. What are you talking... Bro, just... Whatever is in that hair gel that is holding that dead skunk on your head, please, no, just no.
Feel absolutely hopeless.
The reason why that most of the videos keep coming out talking about that Nintendo is greedy and whatever else you said is that's the reason. Everybody knows why they jack up these prices. It has nothing to do to benefit us. It has nothing to do with that's the quality of the game. It's because they're greedy and they want to make more money. There's no other way around it. And then you try to defend it in that one video and then you took it down because you're a coward.
Right now, due to just how things are all around the world with so many different things, it's just a combination of so many different elements. Nintendo is the world's punching bag right now because people have nowhere else to vent their frustration. People...
Oh my fucking God. Are you fucking serious, you fucking idiot, you fuck mook, fuck idiot, fuck bag. Fuck you and your tie. And whatever the fuck that is on your head. Dude, take the skunk back on the side of the road where you left it. Where you hit that damn thing, just take it back, okay? Whoever sold you that Men's Warehouse suit, strangle them. I cannot believe you just said, they're the punching bag. They're not the punching bag. That's... A video game system in games is the last thing we're thinking about on this earth. We're not thinking about that right now. Is people upset about it? Yes. But you know what more people are upset about? The cost of eggs going up, the cost of milk going up, the cost of dairy going up, the cost of chicken going up, you know, the cost of their water. Their bills are rising and their pay is either staying exactly where it was or it's going down. That's what they're angry about. Compared to that, Nintendo isn't even on the level of what we're thinking about. Okay? So to even say that Nintendo is a punching bag because we have all these other things going on, and no, you're a fucking moron, dude. What the... You know, I want you to take one of those bottles, break it over your head. I want you to take all those bottles, break them all over your head. Because that's what you make me want to do right now.
Are running out of Tesla buildings to vandalize and burn down, and they don't have anywhere else to throw out their feelings. So all the outrage content...
What the whole fuck did you fucking... Why don't you go stand in front of a Tesla while it hits you?
On the internet is only making people feel worse. It doesn't help anyone. And I really hope that you have a team of people who will listen to everyone, who will filter through the noise, and who will find the voices that need to be heard. I know it's unpleasant, and people really don't want to open videos that say horrible, nasty, negative things and do all this name calling and insulting. unfortunately, we have to look at all of that. We have to filter through the noise. It's not your job, it's not Nintendo's job to bring any kind of positivity or hope to the world.
I don't know how you could be wrong so much.
Let's let him play this one out real quick.
There are three different things that you got wrong about. Number one, if they want to sit there and sell their products, it is their job to market it correctly. So you're sitting there saying they're not supposed to bring joy. That's the whole point of Nintendo. That's always been the point. It's supposed to be a family-friendly console. That's how
Truth.
they always were until now. And then you sat there and said like, oh, well, Nintendo has become the world's punching bag. They brought that shit upon themselves, okay? They knew what was going to happen. They knew that they were going to get the backlash. And I forgot the other part that you sat there and said. Probably some bullshit anyways.
But I personally hope that you will try anyway. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for listening. I've been Jarrell Dulay.
Go get hit by a Mack truck is all I can say. You know, just look at this guy. He looks like he's running to be the dirtiest politician on Minecraft. He looks like he looks like he's the guy that you remember I think it was called 4chan or Foursquare, where you could call yourself the mayor of something. He looks like he calls himself the mayor of the local Kentako Hut. If you know what a Kentako Hut is, go get your colon checked.
I really wish there was a way I could help the situation. If you guys would like to contact me, you have my contact information.
Nobody wants to contact. What is this? Is this a political speech right here? My fellow idiots, I am here to tell you to love Nintendo. Because the morons and the other idiots are telling you all to hate Nintendo. But we must love Nintendo blindly. Like, I probably love Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un says to love Nintendo, so I must love Nintendo. So everyone must love Nintendo, and I am going to kiss Mario's ring. Which, by the way, let me just say, I don't hate Mario. Mario is dope, you know. Actually, as a matter of fact, I've met the family of the guy who they named Mario after. They own like a bunch of warehouses and land in like the Tacoma, the SeaTac area. I've met them. They're actually really cool people, so I have no issue with Mario. This guy, on the other hand, you're a doofus. But that's a nice tie, though.
Your people know how to contact me. Take care. Thank you, Mr. Bowser.
Help. You just made it worse. Because you're part of this establishment. You're part of the corporation. You're part of Nintendo because you sell to Nintendo. Okay? So you need Nintendo to succeed. You don't want us to speak out against it because it's going to affect your bottom dollar. Okay? You know, I don't feel bad for you. You're just a piece of shit, corporate shell, boot-licking Nintendo. Okay? That's all you are. And trust me, I will not be getting a hold of any of you. And I hope nobody ever does. Well, that's it for my reaction. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or not. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay vigilant.
No, this is one where I think we do need to get in contact with this dude just to tell him how stupid he looked. Okay? How stupid he looked, how stupid he sounded, how stupid that background was, how stupid everything he said was. He's stupid. Anyway, go get your Crumble Cookie, folks. Crumble Cookie makes the world a better place. It's only $5. Just go get it. Have a good day.